What's up, guys? Friendly Neighborhood Geek here doing another action figure re-review. So this time, continuing our mini Fantastic Four week, because that's what I've been in the mood for. Um, Fantastic Four content. Um, we're going to be looking at the Marvel Showdown representations of the Fantastic Four. So, in case you didn't know, you weren't aware, maybe you weren't born when these were out. Back when Toy Biz owned the rights to Marvel to make Marvel toys, which was way back in the 90s and around like the mid 2000s, 2006, I believe. Hasbro, 2006, 2007, Hasbro got the rights. Um, but while Toy Biz had the license, they did a lot of different stuff. All types of merchandise, plushes, puzzles, electronic toys and stuff like that. And they created this little series called Marvel Showdown, Marvel Legends Showdown, which was basically like a card game. And you got these little, like 3.75-inch super articulated action figures, and you kind of like they would have like their own little like figure stand. I'll have an example as we go into the video. And like I said, you get multiple different cards and all types of cool stuff. So like I said, it was kind of like a little board game, really. You could collect all the different characters and use them in the game. I had one of the sets growing up, which I repurchased so I could have all of the Fantastic Four. And that was the Thing and Spider-Man. They came in a versus two-pack together. Um, I have I have both of them. I guess we'll start off with Thing. So first we have the Thing. Um, I have Spider-Man, but I don't know where he is. I think he's in one of my boxes. I thought I put all these little minifigures in one container, so he's somewhere. Um, but take my word for it. The Spider-Man, I like the look. Kind of, I guess it's kind of like the Todd McFarlane's design for Spider-Man, but it's kind of warped and articulation isn't the best. So out of the two, Thing is the best. I do have the packaging, but again, it's in a box, and I don't feel like pulling that out right now. So if you want to see an example of what the packaging looked like, packaging again was really, really well made, authentic. Just Google Marvel Showdown, Marvel Legends Showdown, and you'll see what the packaging looked like. So one of the good things I could say about the series, for the most part, especially the big characters, like I think they did Juggernaut, the Thing, the Hulk. I would like to get the Hulk. These big figures, they were able to replicate that classic Marvel Legends articulation into these minifigures. Like, for example, head can go 360. It's on the ball joints. He has, I'm not sure if you, what, this abdomen movement, waist movement. Um, I mean, his legs are on the ball joint right here. And this can swivel. Of course, fists can go in and out like that. Hand can go in and out. Like I said, arms can rotate, arms can go up and down. So as a kid, which is hilarious, he was packaged like this in the box, right? And as a kid, I didn't know that you could pull his arms down. I didn't know how to pull his arms down. So the entire time I had him, I just had him like that, like just playing with him with his arms and up in the air like that, which is really funny. And at some point, I lost one of his legs, so then he was just this one-legged thing fighting other characters, which was hilarious. The mind, the imagination of a child. Um, but yes, you can pull his arms down, get him in a more traditional default pose. Like I said, double jointed knees, which is awesome. Feet can go like that, back like that. He has toe, which is really cool. So again, he's super articulated, which is awesome. Out of the individual Fantastic Four, oh, he's probably the best. A little piece of, you might be able to see it. of plastic just came off from the foot area, so that's okay. So again, if you do decide to get these, I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Doesn't look like it. If you do decide to get these, remember, like, be careful with them. On the bottom of his foot, it says 2005. Um, what else? Like, so I like that he's kind of wearing like a Speedo. I think that's very funny. And see, he has the peg on his back, so you could peg him on one of the little things. Pun not intended. And his face, it might not come on that well on camera, but his face is nice, nice expression, gritting his teeth. Um, his eyes are painted decently, nice blue eyes. So again, this figure is a lot of fun. And out of the group, he's the best. I think he came with a weapon. Like some of these characters came with weapons, so he could hold like a gun that was like a missile launcher or something. Or maybe the missile piece was in the shape of a fist, I think. Again, it's really cool. I never knew how to play it. I just like getting the figures. So, but the fact that this series existed is really, really cool. So there is the thing. Side note, uh, I was watching, so I've been binging the movies, and I was watching the 2015 one yesterday. I think I mentioned in my last video. Um, Here's one of the stands I was telling you about. This is for Human Torch. It had some neat ideas, and I told you there's a video you could watch about. There was supposed to be an original script. The original script was way better than what we ended up getting. But it had some neat ideas. Like I said, I kind of like how they try to make it diverse. I like how the characters went to a planet and got their powers, like another dimension. They didn't just get it from flying into space and flying into a cosmic storm. So I like that they try to do some things differently, but yeah, I still think it's probably the worst one, sadly. Um, so hopefully, the new one, the new MCU version is supposed to come out in 2025 of July, which kind of sucks, but hopefully, um, that will be really good. Hopefully, the figures will be, good. I'm not big on the MCU figures outside of like Spider-Man or something. Um, a handful of characters like Black Panther, Captain America, like a handful of MCU figures I wouldn't mind getting, because with those I just kind of see like the actor playing the character. I don't really see the character with those, so I tend to just buy the figures that represent how the characters look in the comics. But like I said, if I really like the look of the MCU Fantastic Four toys, I probably will pick those up. Yeah, I probably definitely will pick those up. Um, but yeah, here is Johnny. I really like him. So this was a variant, I believe. There's two versions. One that's like a lighter orange, and this one is just kind of like a darker orange, orangey red orange. Might not be able to see his face that well. I like his face. It's a stern face. I like the detail, the black lines all over. I like the flames everywhere. Unfortunately, because he was in the box for so long, it looks like his leg is a little warped, like he's bow-legged a little bit, but that does kind of work when you have him in a flying pose. So you see he has his ankle his lower half can rotate, foot can move, go up and down, double joint knees, double jointed elbows, um, and wrists swivel, hands can go in and out. Of course, head can go 360. Waist can move back and forth, waist rotation. So again, they were able to capture, the Marvel Legends articulation for these figures. So here he is, and kind of use his foot, his tippy toe to balance. So if I have him, if I have them displayed together, I would have him like that, and that looks cool. That's like him in a flying pose. I like that. It's neat. See his face on the bottom. A12, D11. That's for the game. He sits on there pretty nicely. See, it's kind of moving a little bit. Um, so yeah, I really like that. Um, so I didn't really get into the cartoons too much. Next, we'll do Invisible Woman. So the original Hanna-Barbera one from like 1967. That one's really good and very charming. I really enjoy the original cartoon of the Fantastic Four. The intro still slaps to this day, 60 something, 80 years later. Shit. um, they just kind of adapted classic stories, dealing with certain enemies affiliated with the Fantastic Four. Doctor Doom, the Mole Man, some other miscellaneous characters, Namor, Galactus, and Silver Surfer, stuff like that. Um, get to her in a minute because I really do like her. Um, little dusty. They had one in the 80s, but because at the time they were afraid that children would try to light themselves on fire to pretend like they're the Human Torch, they didn't put him in the show, and instead he was replaced with Herbie, which sounds really weird. Like, so it was Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, The Thing, and Herbie the Robot. Okay, I never watched that one. I might try to give it a watch. For the sheer fact that Johnny's not in it, Human Torch isn't in it. I haven't watched it. Um, there's one in the 90s, which was really fun and charming. I think it had like 2 or 3 seasons. I think 2 seasons. Towards the later season, the animation style kind of changed. I remember they had an episode where they were on MTV, they were on a talk show. So it kind of felt very 90s. It felt like they were trying to make the characters more modern for that 90s time period, and I actually like that. It was entertaining. It was a fun watch. Um, then we had in 2006, I think, due to the movie's popularity and trying to make the characters more mainstream, we have World's Greatest Heroes, which is the one I saw growing up, and like I said, the first movie and that show, and I had a plug and play, those old plug and play games that you would plug into the TV. I had one of those. I gave it away. I really wish I still had it. I might try to hunt that down on eBay and repurchase that because I really enjoyed playing that game back in the day. Um, yeah, so that game, the first movie, and World's Greatest Heroes was my introduction to the characters. Um, and that was a fun show. I think it was like 26 episodes. That was a really fun show. Um, you know, yeah, that if you're interested in a good Fantastic Four cartoon, the 2006 one is probably your best bet. I said we were going to get toys for that show. There are prototypes that you could see online or on websites like toy stores. It got canceled sadly, so really sucks. But yeah, like I said, that show kind of had an anime style to it, which was really cool, like a Fantastic Four anime. Like that could work if done right. Um, so yeah, so I mean the cartoons. I had to put my phone on vibrate. Cartoons are really cool, really good. Can't go wrong with those. Um, yeah, so let's finally talk about Sue. Um, I like, I really do like her. Let's see if I can fix her waist a little bit. But look at her stomach. Look how skinny it is. I don't know how realistic that is, but like she had all the fat sucked out of her stomach area. Um, again, she has great articulation. I like the paint. Like there's like some black wash on her gloves and on her boots to show the wrinkles. That's really nice. I kind of like that she's wearing heels. I don't know if these are high heels. I forgot the name of these type of shoes or boots or whatever. I forgot the name of them. I'm not an expert on women's shoes, as you can see. Um, again, posability, awesome. wrist rotation. Hands can go in and out. Uh, Arms on a ball joint. Arm can rotate. Try not to sneeze. Of course, she has the hole in her back. Head can go 360. Um, you see her bottom is nicely detailed, and and it kind of has like the skin tight type of detail on the back, which is kind of humorous. The 4 logo looks good. Like I said, her legs can go in and out. Double joint knees. I said lower leg can rotate. Feet can go back and forth. Um, so yeah, she has good articulation. I'm trying to see. So her face. I like it. It's charming. It might come off kind of ugly to some people now. I like her shoulder length hair. Um, I think they made an Electra. I'm not sure if they made any other female characters. There's some paint kind of missing on the back of her neck. Was not that bothersome to me personally. So this version, so they had a couple of versions. Okay, I think it kind of fixed her stomach area. So this version is the one I like the most. The blue, excuse me, they have the classic blue and white, and I like how they have this little white line over here in her crotch area, which is cool. Um, I kind of like the classic black and blue, or I'll show another example towards the end. Um, they had one where she was blue and black, so the gloves and the boots were black, kind of like the uniforms in the first 2 live action movies. Well, I can't say the first 2, but the live action movies with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, those black and blue uniforms. In the '90s movie, the unreleased '90s movie, this is the looks they had, the classic blue and white. So like I said, there's that variant of her, the black and blue. There's one where I believe it's the black and blue, but her whole lower half is translucent clear, representing her powers. Again, cool. It's really neat. And I think those are the only other 2 variants she got. So it's pretty cool. And like I said, her and Johnny were single carded figures. So again, really, really like her. So I did not get in. I could save this for the next Fantastic Four video, which will be on the huge gift set with Doctor Doom and Herbie and Franklin Richards. But so let's elephant in the room. And here's Mr. Fantastic. Let's talk about the Incredibles real quick. I had a Mr. Incredible. I had a little Mr. Incredible in the scale of these guys, but I sold them. It was just an inexpensive figure I got from Kroger. Yeah, yeah, absolutely love the Incredibles. I played the Game Boy game, which still holds up. It's like a beat 'em up. Kind of similar to the Fantastic Four video game. It's a lot of fun. I have to go back and play that on emulator. Um, yeah, I love the first movie. I remember when it came out, but I didn't get to see it in theaters. I've seen it religiously at this point. I mean, I could watch it anytime, honestly. It still holds up, still a lot of fun. Story, the characters, everything, just kind of a retelling of the superhero, concept, which was really nice. Of course, I love the family dynamic, superhero family. That started with the Fantastic Four. Of course, the Incredibles, they were more traditional family. You had the mom, the dad, and the 3 children. Um, you know, in interviews, I think, people have asked the director of the first 2 Incredible movies, Brad Bird, asked him, like, did you pull any, inspiration from the Fantastic Four? And I think he said, not really. I don't know how true that is because there's a lot of similarities. Like I said, we have a character who can stretch, Mrs. Incredible, Mr. Fantastic. We have a character with superhuman strength, Mr. Incredible. The Thing. We have a character who can turn invisible, Invisible Woman. Violet, their daughter Violet. We had and Dash had super speed. Okay. Then we had Jack Jack, who technically had multiple powers. Uh, like he could multiply like a multiple man from X-Men. He could turn his body metal like Colossus from X-Men. He could light his body on fire like Johnny from Fantastic Four, Human Torch. Um, I think Jack Jack could do a few other things as well. Um, but he explained like why the family members had those individual powers, which made sense once he explained it. Um, like like a dad is supposed to be strong, so and carry the family. So that's why Mr. Incredible has superhuman strength. A mom has multiple jobs and sometimes has to stretch herself metaphorically in all different directions. That's why Mrs. Incredible got stretchy powers. Dash, I forgot how old he was. He's a little boy. Little boys his age have a lot of energy. That's why he gave Dash super speed. Violet, being a teenager, going through puberty and going through high school and adolescence and all that stuff. Sometimes you might just want to disappear or be in the crowd, be in the back of the class or whatever metaphor you want to use. So that's why she got the power to turn invisible so she could hide herself from other people. And with Jack Jack baby, it was like, well, babies can be anything, so why not give him multiple powers, basically? So, like I said, when he explained it, it made sense, but still the similarities are still there. And a lot of people have considered The Incredibles the best Fantastic Four movie. Like, that's a joke in the fandom, which is really funny. Again, the first movie's really good. Going on a tangent. Second one, we had to wait 14 years, and people just thought it was just kind of okay after a while. It's good. Two is good, but not as good as one. It was just a part two, basically. Hopefully, we'll get a part three. And now it's weird that both now Disney owns both these properties, Fantastic Four and The Incredibles. So it's pretty interesting. So could we see Incredibles crossover? Absolutely. I think that could work as a comic. I think that would be awesome. I think it would be cool if we got a new Fantastic Four show. I think that'd be neat. Um, so here we get to Mr. Fantastic. Again, same articulation as Sue, as the Invisible Woman. Arms can, rotate 360. Um, like he can do like the snake, like in Kung Fu Panda. It's kind of funny. Like so, open hands, wrist can rotate, head can rotate. Nice face, nice painted eyes. Has the white on the side of his head. Um, uh, like I said, this piece can rotate. The waist can rotate. Ankles can rotate like everybody else. Foot can go up and down. Be careful. Ooh, yeah, be careful with that. Foot can go. So yeah. Um, kind of loose. But like I said, some of these figures, these old figures, and then these joints, superposable joints, can get loose over time. Has the ball here, and like I said, thigh. So I do like how um, you can kind of see some of the wrinkles in the gloves and in the boots. Trying to see. I said they have a R1 L1 like on a PlayStation controller. I guess that's to show right foot, left foot. I guess neat. Um, yeah, I mean he's cool. Of course, he unfortunately he doesn't come with any pieces that represent his abilities, but this is like just a standard figure. He's nice. Again, we can see like the wrinkles in different parts of the body, especially the thigh area. Showing the kind of the skin tight suit look they were going for. Um, Again, he's the leader of the group. and he came in a 2-pack as well. I'm not sure if he got a variant. I think he did. He may have got a black and blue variant too. I can't remember. Um, so again, he's cool. He's nice. He's the leader of the team. So lastly, we have our 2 bonus figures. Mr. Fantastic came with the Mole Man. I believe his cape is removable. I believe it is, but yes, removable. He looks naked without it. I really love this figure. He's posable. He's funny. He's funny looking. I don't know if we've ever really gotten a really good Mole Man figure. I know we've gotten a couple, but like I said, I don't know if they've been like really good. So he might be needing an update for. Uh, um, like I said, he might be needing an update for the Marvel Legend. I'm trying to get his toe to bend. It's not going to bend. The Marvel Legend toy line. Oh, his feet. His toes aren't wanting to bend. I don't want to really force it, so yeah, kind of a bummer. The joints are kind of stiff in areas. The wrinkles on his clothes are really nice. So my hand's in the way. Wrinkles on his clothes are really nice. I love his glasses look. I love his face. So you see here he has a little hole. Well, obviously that would be too small for anything to fit through it. But one of his signature things, he would have his in the comics and in his other appearances, he would have like a little staff, a yellow staff or whatever, where he would control his army of mole creature people, whatever. So he doesn't come with that, which kind of sucks. So maybe I could like get like a toothpick or something, and try to shave it, stick it in his hand, kind of replicate his staff, which would be cool. And here he is with his cape back on. Again, fun. We got the Mole Man. I believe they made a Doctor Doom. They may have made a Namor, so that's cool. Like maybe you got some other characters in the scale. Yeah, I think they made a Namor on a shark, riding a shark or something. So yeah, I really, like I said, I really, really like him, and his cape really adds to his charm. So yeah, the Mole Man, fun figure. And lastly, other bonus figure is Marvel Universe Johnny Storm. And this figure got a few variants. So this was made by Hasbro, their little mini figure line. I just kind of got this so I could have him in his base form pose with the other characters, especially if I wanted to make like a stop motion or something. Even though you see he has the classic like navy blue and white, so his outfit doesn't really, it doesn't really match Reed and Sue, but it doesn't bother me. It's still cool. He has a little flame piece, which is removable. Yeah, I mean, he's just a fun toy. He has decent articulation. Only thing I don't really like is, his head. It may not come in that well on screen, but his hair is on fire, and that's cool. But his eyes don't look like centered properly, and one eye looks a little sloppy. The small figure. So kind of bummed about that. I was thinking about finding like another figure and maybe swapping the head or something. I might still do that. So yeah. So finally see them all together. And he, like I said, he scales pretty good with these showdown figures. Trying to remember. So yeah, some really quick. Excuse me. And here's the thing. Here they all are together. So one thing I will say that interesting. So the 2015 movie, to my knowledge, did not get any type of merchandise at all. But for those who don't know, I've done a lot of reviews on my channel. There are a lot of knockoff companies who make Lego minifigures of characters we probably wouldn't get as an official Lego minifigure. And there was a company that made 2015 Fantastic Four figures based off, their outfits and how they looked in the movie and all that stuff. So technically, we do have physical figures of those versions of the characters. They're just not official. Sadly, I didn't get those, and unfortunately, they are sold out. I mean, well, it was a long time ago, but so I don't know unless you like get them off of like eBay or Mercari. Someone just happens to be selling them off. Those are extremely hard to get a hold of now. I know, right? Some freaking knockoff minifigures are super hard to get a hold of. That's crazy. So periodically, I kind of hunt for those just to see if I find any of those for sale on a trusted website. So here they are together. There was someone selling these guys. Yeah, here they are. There was someone selling this whole set, like just the characters, on eBay a couple years ago, but I thought it was a little bit more than what I want to pay for, and then someone bought it. But you see, I was able to get them all on my own. Also, there was someone who was selling custom, I believe, custom Marvel figures using the Justice League Unlimited TV show action figure toy line, which was insane. And those figures look phenomenal for customs. They did the Fantastic Four using those Bruce Timm design, action figures. Um, Again, they looked phenomenal, and I don't know why I didn't pick those up. I kind of regretted it though, because like I said, that was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I just love the way those customs looked. Um, so yeah, like I said, I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting those. But like I said, these are fine. These are cool. Again, 80 years of Fantastic Four. So many figures to get. If you don't like these, there's plenty of other options. But I like them. They're very cute, very charming. They're very cool to have as like just little desk figures. I might try to get Doctor Doom at some point, and yeah, I might try to get some of the other variants as well. But yeah, that's it for this video. Um, Stay tuned for our last Fantastic Four video that I'll be doing for a while until I guess I have something new to talk about when I'm able to get those MCU figures in the future. I'm sure I'll probably do a review on those. Like I said, they just released the pre-order for Fantastic Four uniform, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. Really like those. I'll definitely get those at some point. And the Franklin and Valeria 2-pack. I'll get those at some point as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Might get some more of the Fantastic Four mini mates at some point. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Peace, you guys.